Hi, my name is Persephone Constantine, and this is Persephone's Board Game Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation, and I have the deluxe edition. So, this game is amazing, hands down. This game is one of the best games I own. I love it. It's 20 to 30 minutes long, and I was originally interested in playing the game because people say that it's Reiner Knizia's best game, and it's a lot like Stratego. So, I don't love Reiner Knizia. However, I like a lot of his games a lot. I like Lost Cities, I love Battle Line, and I love Blue Moon City. And I love this game. And it's a lot like Stratego, like I said. And then just in case you are not very familiar with Stratego, I'll go over the mechanics very quickly. So when you're playing Stratego, each piece has a power level. You battle your opponent's pieces one by one. You compare the power levels, and whoever has the higher power level wins that particular battle, and the loser loses their piece. This game is the same, with a few additions that make the game dynamic and amazing. For one thing, each piece has a special ability that can immediately change the outcome of the game. Second of all, when you're battling your opponent's pieces, you compare power levels, but then you also use a card. And some of the cards have power levels on them, and other cards have special abilities like Retreat. So it just makes the game unpredictable and dynamic and very, very fun. This game is one of the most thematic games I've ever played. It's an amazing theme game. For one thing, the special abilities that each piece have go really well with the story. For example, Boromir is able to sacrifice himself to beat any opponent in battle. Also, just the design of the game goes really well with the story. When you're playing as the Fellowship, you have to constantly sacrifice your own players to get Frodo to Mordor. And if you're playing as Sauron, you don't have a lot of defense, but you have high numbers. You have a piece with a 9 on it, and the highest number that your opponent has is a 5. So just like in the story, Sauron has thousands of orcs, but he doesn't have good defense. He doesn't have good strategy. It just works really well with the story, and it's super fun. Now I'll talk about one of the biggest strengths of the game, which is replayability. So this game is ultra replayable. For one thing, each team has a different goal or win condition. And so if you're playing as Sauron, you have to either kill Frodo or you have to get 3 of your pieces into the Shire. If you're playing as the Fellowship, you have to get your Frodo piece into Mordor to win. And so to learn the best strategies for each team, it's like a different game from being each team. So it takes a while to figure out all of the best strategies. So that adds replayability. Also, you just can't do the same strategies over and over again. You might think that you've come up with an amazing strategy, but then if you just keep doing it, your opponent is going to learn what you're doing every time, and they'll be able to stop you. For example, I might want to, put the Balrog in Moria every time, but then my opponent's going to learn that I'm always putting the Balrog in Moria, and they're going to know how to destroy me, so I can't do that every single time. I have to be more tricksy than that. Also, if you have the special edition version, then as soon as you get sick of the base game, then you can turn your cards over, and there's new special abilities on the back for each player, and there's even new characters added to the game. So that's really cool too. Oh, and also, this is kind of funny. I just saw on Steam that they added a Confrontation game, and I was really excited to play it. It looks really fun. I want to play it. But it's funny because they didn't get the rights to Lord of the Rings, so they just have super generic names for all the players. Like, instead of Gandalf, they have the Wizard or something like that. So it's just sort of silly, but I don't know. It looks really fun anyway, so go out and play. Thank you. Bye. Hey, I forgot to talk about potential cons to the game. So, some people might argue, Sauron's too good, his team is too strong, I don't like losing. And I'm not even sure if Sauron's team is overpowered. That might be the case. From what I can tell from playing, I don't really think that's the case. But it might be the case, it's hard to say. But this is my take on it. Who cares if Sauron's team is stronger? Don't you enjoy the challenge of trying to beat Sauron? I mean, just recognize it's a game and don't have a big chip on your shoulder. I really like the challenge of trying to beat a stronger opponent. And I mean, most of my opponents are better than I am, and I don't care. I think it's really fun to try to beat them anyway. It's just a game. So that's all. Bye.